And now, from the man who the eggs love the most, it's snack time.
Have you guys ever gone to the movies? You know, I love going to the movies. It's on the tops of my list. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love to read, but I'd rather go to the movies. I love a good flick, people. I cannot deny it. And so Carla and Tom and myself and some other friends, we decided to go and see the new movie Magnolia. I swear to you, the movie was great, but not half as entertaining, compelling, or Oscar-worthy as the audience that Carla, Tom, and I were subjected to that evening, and this is a couple nights ago. So we went to see Magnolia, and you would not believe it. Okay, it started out slowly. We thought that the people around us were normal. We thought we were in a movie theater existing in this universe on this planet. Boy, were we wrong. Bit by bit, piece by piece, the people that surrounded us proved that they were aliens trying to probe us. And if they weren't aliens, then there was a lot of issues going on. I know what you're saying to yourself right now. Snackboy, you're making me curious. Don't drop the suspense, Snackboy. Please go down the laundry list. I want to hear said issues, and I'll be the judge of if it was science fiction, crazy theater, people on crack 2000. Well, fine. Here it goes. It began with the lady in the white feather coat who sat in front of us. You know, she sat down and I thought, cool coat. She's got this white kind of French thrift store looking, you know, feathered coat. She's got her own look going on. She had her haircut the same exact style that her husband's was, Carla noted. It was short and brown with a little bit sticking up in the, you know, around the back. And, you know, she just looked like some kind of artistic poetry class kind of gal, the kind of gal who'd go to her poetry group readings on Tuesday night and stand up and be like, and tonight my new poem is Canoe. But anyway, so there she was in front of us, and her fur started coming off her coat. And they were pretty much going down my throat and setting off our allergies, and Carla and I started to cough at her fur. And the more she moved around and talked to her husband or reached into her popcorn, the more fur she started to unleash. It was floating around her. It looked like computer anime. Anyway, so I'm choking on her fur, and she turns around and looks at me like I'm making too much noise. She's like, and of course I was taken aback. I said, oh, sorry. Anyway, the woman to my right, this lady to my right, was kicking her seat, the seat of the woman with the fur coat in front of me. And little did I know that she was kicking it. The lights were down, the movie's going on. So the woman in the fur coat thinks it's me because I'm sitting right behind her. And she keeps turning around and going, and I don't know what she's doing, so I'm looking around. I look at Carla and I look at each other like, what? Do you know what happened? No, I don't know. So then she keeps turning around. Finally, she goes, excuse me. And everyone in the theater looks at us, and she looks right in my eyes. Right here, betwixt my eyes. And she says, would you please stop kicking my seat, please? And a little soup crummet came out of me. The anger started to build, the blood was a-flowing, people, the juices were a-running, my heart was a-beating, and I looked at her and I said, I did not touch your chair! And I felt myself getting angry, and I said, no, Terry, don't let your mother possess you. Don't let Sunday school Sue take you over. Breathe, people, breathe. So I breathed, and I calmed me and myself and I down. And I said, no one's kicking your chair, ma'am. And my best Jack Nicholson shit-eating grin. And she goes, oh, it must have been a ghost. Ha! And she turned around and went back to her movie. Okay, fine. Anyway, toward the end of the movie Magnolia, here comes a spoiler. Something falls out of the sky. A frog falls out of the sky, hits the guy's windshield, makes a big thud. And the girl behind me, alerting me to her craziness, screamed like we were watching Friday the 13th. She goes, ah! Anyway, this made me jump about, if not 10, maybe 12 feet up in the air, and I went, ah! And now everyone in the theater's laughing at me. The guy who can't help it when the girl behind him screams. So I turn around, and she is this big, country-looking, feathered perm of a girl, and she is just filled with issues, people. I'm talking more issues than a rerun of The Cosby Show. More issues than Thea and Vanessa and Rudy and every Huxtable combined. Anyway, about 5 minutes later, something else happened. A car hits another car, and again she screams, ah! And again I go, ah! And I fly through the air, and again the theater laughs at me, and even Carla laughs because it didn't make her jump. And then Tom, mystery announcer Tom, who livens up every snack, this lady to his left just elbows him out of the blue. Ugh! And Tom goes, ugh! And I didn't see Tom get elbowed, so I look over and I'm like, what happened, Tom? And he's like pointing at her, but he doesn't want to be rude and say. And about 5 minutes later, the woman does it again. She looks right at him, Tom says, and goes, ugh, and elbows Tom. I think something is going on, people. I think the people sitting around us were paid to be crazy. And again, the girl screams behind me, ah! And then after she screamed and I jumped, my foot accidentally hit the chair, a feather coat woman in front of me. And she goes, that's it. You kicked my chair. That's it. And she gets up to go and storm off to complain to the manager.